Welcome to T4G Sports. Today we are going to give you guys our T4G recruiting data for deep threat receivers that are 4 stars. We're going to do 5 stars. We are going to do all the 4 stars beside kicker, punter, and fullback. Let us know in the comments below if you want us to do 3 stars. But we're going to show you guys with our system that you guys are going to be able to find hidden gems that not even the CPU has found. We're also going to have this up on our site. It's going to take about a day after we produce the videos. So, we are a small team. We're doing the best we can. So before we jump into this video, guys, like always, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell, and don't just play the game. Own the game. Let's light it up. Let's go over the T4G recruiting data after this. No one's ever going to call you a loser again. No one. They're not going to say, that guy's a nobody. No, not with this. Not with this data. Never again. Deep route, we got a 77 average. Okay, that's what you're looking for around the average. The average is really good to apply with the high and the low. The high is a 79, low is a 76. Pretty simple with that. Speed is a 97 average with a high of a 99, a low of a 93. Now, that's important because you may find some 93 guys, but just know that you're like, man, this is kind of like a weak gem. This is a squeaker, and that's what you're coming across is some squeakers. Now, deep threat guys are going to have higher speeds. The gems, they're going to have higher speeds, lower awarenesses, and that's because they just have more raw talent. If EA tried to put their awareness where some of the other guys are at, their overalls would be a little bit ridiculous because it's an inflator of overalls. Okay, so that's what you're looking at with the speed. And I know I'm going to shout these numbers out, but I'm going to go over these numbers again with you and show us applying these numbers. You'll get the hang of it. So a 93.8 acceleration is the average, a high of a 96, low of a 91. Catching, you got an 80 average, a high of an 82, a low of a 79. Awareness, you got a 65. Remember, I talked about the awareness being low. It's 65 average. 67 is a high, 64 is a low, which I'm okay with. Awareness to me, I don't really care about that much. Release, you got a 77 average, a high of a 79, low of a 75. Agility, you got a 92.6 average, a high of a 95, low of a 90. And then catching in traffic, you have a 77.8 average, a high of a 79, low of a 76. Medium route, you got a 68.7 average, high of a 71, low of a 76. Spectacular catch, 83.2 average, a high of an 89, low of a 77. So that's a major gap. Major gap. 77 to an 89, that's a big swing. So you got to make sure that you are applying this stuff correctly. You're being smart with it. 93 here. So I see he has a 93 speed. He's okay. Deep route's a 78. He's almost at the high at deep route. He's at the very low of speed. Acceleration, he's at a 93. That's around the average. Catching is a 79. That's a low. Awareness is a 67. That's a high. So as you can start to see this stuff, you're going, wait, he's inflated ever so slightly. Even if he's a gem, he's got a little inflation going on. Release is a 75. That's a low. It's telling me right off the bat that I'm like, I think he's okay. I think this guy's just okay. You could start to move quick with it. I wouldn't go past probably the first one with this guy. Release is 77 for this guy. That's the average. Catching is an 82. That's a high. So I would go the next step for him. Spectacular catch is a 79. That's like right around the low. That is pretty low. Medium route's a 69. The low's a 66. So it's not too shabby there. Catching in traffic, 78. He's around the average. Release, 77. Average. It depends what his speed is. I don't know what his speed is, but if it's off the charts, he could be really good. But this guy's, he's not as good. I would not go with this guy for sure. We got a 79 deep route. All right, that's a high. Agility is a 90, and that's a low. 78 catching traffic. That's okay. All right, 95 acceleration. That's pretty good. 65 awareness. Can't complain with that. Depending on what this guy's speed is, he could be a beast. I mean, he really could. It just depends. Yep, 99. Yep, there you go. Some guys you'll come across, they're 99 speed, 95 acceleration, 89 spectacular catch. So you could see, obviously, this guy hit some lows, but then, he's doing well. He hit highs as well, which is what's going to push him over the top. Going over this guy here, spectacular catch is 77. That's low. Speed is a 93. Deep route's a 77. I already don't really like this guy that much. So this guy is a 78 deep route. It's not bad at all. Catching is an 82. That's a high. 76 catching in traffic, which is a low. 94 speed. Oh, I like seeing that. It's not an average. It's not bad either. Awareness is a 65. I'm okay with that. His catch in traffic, 76. Low. Medium route, 71. That's a high. Spectacular catch is a 79. Yeah, he could be a gem, but he's kind of pushing it with the gem ski there. Now, they say he's a gray gem with a red X. We're going to have to look over this guy because at the end of the year, because I think they got that wrong. I'm going to say that the system is incorrect on this. This guy is better than what they're giving him credit for. I don't know why he's a gray gem with a red X. I can't quite place my finger on why that is. There's nothing in the data that suggests that this guy, I mean, he's got a high of a 95. Yeah, this is a guy we're going to have to look at the end of the year because the system's wrong on this. System's completely wrong on that. Speed is 96. Ooh, and he's got a low of a medium route of a 66. Ooh, he's low there. He's not at the average at speed, but he's not bad. Release, 78, not bad there. Spectacular catch is an 87. Yeah, this guy's looking good. So you're looking at that medium route, right? 66. So that's a low. However, his spectacular catch hit at 87, which you know the numbers range from 89 is a high, low to a 77. So that's good. That is a great indication. If his deep route's a 76 or above, even if it's a little bit lower, you'd still maybe go after him. He's not considered quote-unquote a gem, but he's still not bad. So if his deep route's around a 76 or above to a 79, he's good. His acceleration needs to be a 91 or above, and then his awareness needs to be a 64 or above, and this guy would be considered a gem. So 64, not terrible at all. I like this guy. So our system suggests as well as this guy is a gem. He's a little bit of a squeaker, but he's still a gem. He's good. Our system's recognizing that you should pick him up as with this guy as well. Let's go over this guy. 67 medium route. Okay. Catching in traffic, 76. He's almost hitting two lows here, which is something. 95 speed. Okay, now we're talking. 76 deep route. Another low. 95 speed. Not bad. Not to the average, but not bad. 65 awareness. 79 catching. That's a low as well. Agility is a 90. Another low. Catching traffic is 76. That's a low. He's okay. Yeah, he could be a gem, but he's squeaking. He's a squeaker, is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, squeaker. Not bad. No, not bad at all. You wouldn't mind having him, that's for sure. But he's not like a true gem through and through. So this guy here is a physical guy, and I was like, why do you have strength popped up? 96 speed, not bad. Catching is an 80. Can't complain with that. That's the average. Agility is a 90. That's a low. He moves on. 96 speed. I like to see that. 88 spectacular catch. Whoa, I love that. The release 77. That's an average. This guy has gem written on him, but we'll see when we get some of this other information here. 64. Yeah, so he's doing a little bit of scraping, but so far some of these guys are, this is pretty solid class. Okay, 65 awareness, 92 acceleration. That is that's okay. Catching is an 82, which is a high. Awareness 65, which is mid. Release is a 77, which is an average. Catching traffic 76, which is a low. 67 medium route, which is almost a low. Depends on his speed. We'll see what his speed does here. 95. Yeah, I'd have to say, the deep route is a 79. I'd have to say the system got this guy wrong as well. Two guys that they got wrong. I don't think that you would want to just pass these guys up just because. I wouldn't pass those guys up. So let's take a look at Kearns here, and this is the guy the system recognized as a gem. He's actually 75 overall. That 76 is a +1 morale boost. He's in impact development, right? Yeah, impact development. And he's got 13 skill caps, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. Pretty solid player. He's an obvious gem, and let's go check out some of the other guys. So this is where our system disagrees with EA's system. This guy is labeled as a bust, technically, according to EA. Our system says not so fast. He's a 73 overall, and so some may say, well, 73 overall, that's not a gem. Yeah, it is. There's plenty. You could find gems who are 70 overall who are 4 stars. Okay, literal 70 overalls. So this guy's a 73. You just tell me, do you think he's a bust? Impact development. Let's look at his ratings here. He's got 11 skill caps, so he's got the same development as the guy who's a gem. The other guy has 13 skill caps. He has 11. Okay, so you're talking a 2 overall boost. Is that really, like, if you were to just think about a gem versus a gray gem with a red X, basically a bust, would you guess that they would have the same development? They'd be 2 overall points off of each other, and the one who was a bust has less skill caps than the one who's a gem? Would you guess that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't guess that, because this guy is not a bust. He's not a bust. It's inaccurate. I'd go after this guy all day, every day, because you're going to have no competition. And this is easily a guy I'd be like, hell yeah, I'd like to get him. Sure, I wish his overall was a little bit higher, but I'm not really that concerned. To me, this doesn't have bust written all over him. Not at all. So our system also recognized Airy, I believe his name is, as a gem. He's a 75 overall base. That 76, he's got a morale boost. He's got an impact development. So he's the same overall, same development as the gem. Let's go to ratings here. He's got 10 skill caps. The gem has 13. So our system shows this guy's a gem. Pick him up. And so, yeah, as you can see here, he's obviously pretty solid. He's a really good wide receiver to have on your team, no doubt. So we got this guy here who our system recognized as a gem. He is not a bust. He's a normal dev, sure, but he's a 74 overall normal dev. He's got 16 skill caps, which is a bit aggressive, but not a bust. There's no bust with this guy. That's like, for this guy being a bust, it's really shocking. Very, very shocking that they would consider him a bust. I mean, the best guy, think of it, out of the 4 guys that our system recognized, 1 had a normal dev. 1 had a normal dev. He has 16 skill caps, but that's only 3 more than the gem. The freaking normal guy from Missouri had 10 skill caps. He had 3 less than the gem, and he had the same development and the same overall. So if you're looking at this talent, the other guy who was considered a bust as well, Brian Gilchrist from LSU, he had an impact development, was a 73 overall, and he had 2 less skill caps than the gem did. So don't let the system just tell you what these guys are going to be. You know, of course, you can't predict unless you have Mind Reader what their development's going to be. If you have Mind Reader, then of course you wouldn't go with this guy just because of development alone. But don't let the system just tell you, like, this guy's not good. He's not good. No. That's untrue. That is not true at all. I'd go against the system plenty of times when it comes to guys that the system's telling me, hey, go get this guy. You're going to enjoy him. I mean, 3 of them out of the 4 were fantastic football players. This guy is a good football player, but not a great football player. And that's just the luck of the draw with development. That's just the way it is. That's this game. And I actually really enjoy that. I love that aspect because there's still a bit of realism in this as well, where you're like, hey, he could end up having, but you could have a gem and think, man, this guy's going to be really good. And then all of a sudden he just has an impact dev and you're like, he has 16 skill caps. Holy crap. And he's a 73 overall. And you're like, what the hell? They said he was a gem. And then you have a guy who's a bust who's the same overall. He's got a better dev and less skill caps. And they say he's a bust. And you're like, oh, Jesus, what the hell? So, yeah, you just let the system tell you where the talent is and then go from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.